250 steps an hour for 12 hours a day.
Yeah, I know a few people who do that.
Yep. It's just to get me off my ass.
Welcome, everybody, to Pirates Crib. Today we're going to talk about OP13 and whatever else is going on right now. There's plenty of shenanigans about. Let's say hello to everybody. Two Doors.
I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here.
Alrighty. Magic Mike.
You just get up to do the thing.
He's doing his step. Okay, alrighty. And
oh wait, no, I pushed the button the wrong way.
Okay.
I pushed my button and it went from on to off. I said, "Hi, everybody. Nice to see you." Two Doors is what I tried to say.
Okay.
As long as you don't turn into a cat on the call.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. And Derpy.
Well, this is why we can't have nice things.
Are you blaming the snow or?
No, just everything. It's all Kickstarter's fault. Why is it snowing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is my food? Why can't I eat my food? Kickstarter won't let me eat my food.
Oh yeah. As far as the snow goes, if you are expecting response from a ticket, CS is based customer support for Kickstarter has been for many years been based in Portland, and it seems that their offices were without power for about 4 or 5 days. They got back up last night some point, so they're up and going, but they do have a 3 or 4 day delay where they were out, so just take that all into consideration. So all right, let's move forward.
Okay.
All right. So, again, I think this is week 4 in a row where there have been no bug fixes.
Except the game appears to still be down. Okay.
Yeah. One more click. All right. After the update which got delayed for 18 hours, took place this afternoon as opposed to Tuesday night. When the update was completed, all of the specials, your gates that go on your portal had been removed, and they're trying to put those back. And then they soon figured out that one way or another, that people's raid prizes stores were shutting down. The game is, as far as I know, still down. So anybody in chat, let me know if the game comes back up during the game, because I have some questions what's going on in my base. So that's been extended by 24 hours. The Hold the Line TLC is extended by 24 hours. The only thing of interest in there is at least for the vast majority of the people that are watching the show, is the 3-day defense platforms tokens that are in there. So that's that. But considering we're still down after all this, is one more click. So
what can you say?
Well, I mean, I think everybody
you can't just put the Battle Pirate source code on here without expecting to get a copyright strike.
Yeah. I mean, I know it created a shitstorm, but like,
there you go.
But what weather phenomenon caused this porta potty to get launched 120 feet in the air? I have no idea. I mean, at first I thought it was, some sort of video editing, but you see the people running and ducking. I just don't know.
They don't want to get hit by a blue sludge.
Well, there's always these other things going on besides unless somebody put some sort of rocket inside that porta potty, there's some other exterior force I think that's causing this.
Like the wind?
Yeah, but that's a hell of a lot of wind, especially there's not basically no cloud in the sky.
I see a few of them. One, two,
Yeah. But these are not. This is not like a tornado. It does not look like a tornado. So, but the impact on the porta potty appears to be a tornado. So, let's move on. All right. Yes. I hope nobody was in it. Yeah. That might have been a rough landing. Let's. In the technical term, looks like a whirlwind picked it up. So, crypto's providing the technical. Yeah, it does look like a tornado or a dust devil, but there's no. It doesn't. I don't know. Does it happen in cloudless skies? I don't know. But Derpy, you didn't. Well, never mind.
I've got a March calendar.
Okay, well, you could have sent it to me, but
well, you didn't ask.
Well, I asked last week, but it's okay. All right.
I have one if you want to see it.
Okay, well, let's finish this one up and see if you have anything that's worth adding after we go through the other stuff. VXP weekend is starting on Friday, and our first chance to see the new targets, which appear to include a sort of a new mechanic for PvE. It appears that our ships sort of act like a gatekeeper, which will be interesting to see how that works. We have Shadow and Flame for the Hellswarm, Titan Rising for the Mega, nothing that includes build tokens. Then we have Outpost 13, the Saw Factory, which did drop today, even though it wasn't supposed to drop for a while. Still seems to have some issues that I'm waiting for some clarification on. And they replaced the 170. We'll get into that too. Bounty, High Ground, no building tokens, another mega TLC. Should we move on? By Friday, potentially. As far as our March calendar, we're assuming this is by his words. This is March 3rd, and the raid is going to take place March 10th. March 3rd is going to be tricky because let's see if you line up with me. Yeah. This is going to take place the same time as Pillage and the Tier 10 Siege TLC, which is also going to drop our the limited launcher. So we're going to get 10 there and then 10 in Pillage. So they're all dropping at the same time the week before the raid.
Exciting.
Yes, exciting is one word for it, but it's not what we've normally expected. And so you're going to have to build or upgrade. It's going to change your normal strategy that we've seen before, because now you're going to ask to be put on the last 20 the week before the raid, while you're also doing what? You are also building the flagship for the Reclaimer simultaneously. So
save all your tokens. Don't spend any of them.
Well, I mean, you always criticize me for having 3 weeks worth. I don't see a reason not to have a full 3 weeks of, 2 weeks back, chest, available tokens, and then the FM for that week. I don't see a reason not to have them this go round. Because
before anyone asks, I do realize I spelled first. I spelled first one and the.
What? Say it one more time.
No, never mind. If no one spots the mistake, I won't point it out.
Now they're all going to look for it. Does anybody in chat want to figure out all the problems with Derpy's calendar?
Ah, yes. I see it.
Of Siege Raid First, prize
First,
TBA.
No, that's correct.
the week one. Pillage
Yeah.
Everest Botanicium Fürstend. Frnd.
Okay. All right. Now that everybody's soaked that in, let's go back to the slides. All right. Let's move on. Oh, first. Okay. Okay. No, you can go ahead. FM updates. We get the 172 replaced by the 174, according to the briefing. I don't know what happened to the 173. Is that some sort of, bad number like the number 13 in the U.S.? Is this 173 one of those numbers in Canada? I don't know why they skipped over it, but we're not getting, well, in theory, we're not getting the 173, but the 172 is going away. So in a month, we will see the 182 go away for either the 183 or the 184. So that's that change.
They don't want to be too predictable.
Yeah, let's change the number a little bit. And I guess they're only getting rid of one a month, so it's not like they need to take up all 10 numbers available to them. So, if they're, because they're only going to get to, in theory, if it lasts for a year, they're not going to get to 179 or 189. So maybe that's the plan. We're going to get more into the torch welder heavy thrower for your reclaimer. But this is the only time we're going to discuss the Cloudbreaker Everest and the normal Everest upgrade kits are going to be available in the FM. I'm assuming at tier 5, unless when we get the game back, we'll see that we have tier 6 and 7 alive and well again. So just be aware. And does this harken that maybe at some point soon we're going to go from U3 to X1? Maybe. On our Everest? I don't know.
I don't think anytime soon, but what do I know?
Yep. Okay. Well, one more click. All right. Here is the heavy thrower. If you upgrade your reclaimer to U1, it opens up a heavy weapon slot. It has a damage of 2,000 and a salvo of 10, which increases its cycle time by 1.8 seconds. So it's actually 9.8 until it starts firing again.
Why not just increases by 5 seconds? Why 4.8?
1.8.
Or why 1.8? Why not 2? Why are you only multiplying 9 by 0.2, not 10 by 0.2?
Because the way that the salvo system works, this does not apply to multi-shot. The between salvos of a single salvo does not work in this. Does not have an impact here. But once you get past the first salvo, between each salvo, there's 0.2 seconds that occur. So in order to calculate cycle time, you take your salvo, subtract 1, which is the first salvo, which does not impact reload time, and then multiply the remainder by 0.2. And that gets you cycle time, which basically means after you start firing, how long until you start firing again. So that's we've just sort of explained that a little bit before. And if you look at it, side by side with the refined uranium launcher, this is the limited one. You'll see damage of 800. It's like a reload time of 6, and then shockwave damage. But the big difference here is the splash and spread, with the ability to damage more enemy turrets, PVE turrets, NPC turrets, because of the splash and spread. And we assume that could be impacted by specials, but I'm not sure that any specials line up that we want to really use to increase splash. But and this is similar to what we saw. It was on the Punisher, right? Where we saw a similar launcher that got thrown on there, and
yeah, they had something on there. I don't remember if I thought that was a thrower, not a launcher. But
no,
yeah.
Yeah, the heavy weapon is a thrower. That's what I'm saying. That they added a thrower on as the heavy weapon. Yeah, the launcher. I'm just comparing it to the launcher because the launcher is the main weapon that people are probably going to have 40 on their fleet. So that's why I brought that one up. People didn't find it all that effective, but we also see the other thing down below. This is a screenshot from Kixeye, because the game went down basically after the update, but it shows a building damage of 7,000.
Looks like 7 to me.
Yeah. I didn't take that screenshot.
Yeah, it's not my favorite screenshot, but
yeah, I'm assuming it's 7,000, not 7.00. Because normally they don't provide that many useless significant digits, but so I'm assuming it's 7,000. So there is a damage boost there. So, and you're able to get 2 per raid or 2 per FM. And again, you can only put 1 on each U1 ship. So, any thoughts?
It's excellent.
Okay.
have we ran the numbers on this yet? I mean, is it a substantial improvement or not really?
Improvement over what? Because you're over.
Is it if it's a 1% bonus, I won't spend the time putting it on.
Well, at this point, because I don't know that much, because the game went down right after the update. I don't even know that
we
these
haven't ran the numbers. Okay, opening my Google Sheets right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
until I see it in game, I don't really spend too much time, because sometimes the briefings are wrong.
Wait, Kixeye has briefings that are wrong?
Yep. All right. So, but it's at least worth picking up, as far as how everybody's schedule works, as far as getting to U1 and when that's going to happen, because we're not going to get the TLC, it appears, until March 3rd, the week of pillage, when we are also upgrading our reclaimer flag and also trying to add 20 more refined uranium launchers at the same time while we're building the flag the week before the raid. And this just, I don't know if this is intentional, because there's all sorts of things that do not bode well for this upcoming raid cycle. And the previous time that, and we're going to get more into this, the previous time that we were in the middle of a upgrade to our OP and dock, they made a lot of considerations for us. And there has not even been a peep at a Kixeye that I've seen that even talks about dock weight. There's nothing for a year. So I don't really know what to think on what they're doing here.
Well, dock weight is of course increasing. Why would it not?
Well, we'll get to that. As far as, are you going to have the ability without spending a lot of coins in order to increase your dock weight prior to the next raid? So we'll get to that. All right, let's move on. All right, this is just a list of the upgrades that were provided. We're going to get more details on all of them. So let's click to the first one.
This damage per second thing is turning out to be pretty large, a very big number.
But are you including cycle time or reload time?
I'm including both of them.
Okay.
Did we say this is buffed by radioactive and building damage?
We have to assume so. Yeah.
That can't be right.
Okay.
It triples your DPS in this case.
There's
no way that's accurate.
Over
a whole. Maybe. Let me see.
I can think over a single weapon.
Yeah, over a single weapon. Okay, if I multiply this number by 8 or by 6. Okay. 315,000 times 6. Okay. I guess it's more like an increase of closer to 33% increase roughly.
Okay. All right. That sounds within line. And you do you have like a hand calculator?
Yeah, I was using my TA84.
Okay.
It's pink.
Very nice. All right. This is the change from on the left is OP12. This is my OP12. Because you'll see that what is it? We talked about this earlier. The Retro Lab is adding the 20,000 damage, and you'll see later I have the Forsaken, so you'll see a ballistic damage buff. But basically, you see between 12 and 13, you get 5 times the armor points, and a very significant. We go from 18,000 to 750,000 change in deflection across the board. The ship deflection under the fortification is because it's mine, but no change in base power or
you lose a bit.
You lose like
you lose like what? Almost 1,000.
1,000 what?
Why do you lose 1,000 base power?
Base power capacity on both of them?
Okay. Oh, maybe they're giving us. I have no idea. It's the difference between my base and their base. The one on the left is from my base, and the one on the right is from the screenshot from the briefing. So I don't know what might be changing some of these things because I cleared everything on my base. So that might just be the fact that they did not provide a before and after. I provided the before and they provided the after. So that may be some other part of the game that I'm not sure. And Zachary saying it's RST84. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, we'll get to that. Oh, yeah, it depends. Okay, so yeah, I might have a couple solar panels on, so that's that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, all right, across the fleet, and one more click. All right, the cost of this upgrade is resources, uranium, and 21 days, 14 hours. If you have a Facebook officer for buildings. So, are we having a moment of silence for Rush, or how long this took?
How long that took?
Okay.
that is.
Oh my God. Well, let's take one step. Let's go back, Mike. Okay, just so we'll bring this number back up. 21 days, 14 hours. This is a prerequisite for any other upgrades. The most important one that we're probably a lot of people are going to find is the dock in order to achieve maximum weight for the reclaimer before the next raid. So we already got 21 days, 14 hours. So let's move on. And this could be longer if you do not have like the Facebook officer, because I think that decreases it by 10%. So you might have another couple of days, 2 days added onto that. The defense platform, look on the right, reasonable time, especially hold the line, has been extended by another day. Provides 3-day defense upgrade tokens. So each one is going to get one of these done right away. You have a limit of 10. But getting for that first 21 days may not let you take full advantage of that if you are close to 10 or already at 10. So we see we go from 40 to 60 on armor points. Again, this ballistic damage is associated with my faction, and the 20,000 damage blank has to do with which I guess they also, it's the Retro Lab. It's odd that they both, I guess they had Forsaken as well. And then from 25,000 to 35,000 as far as the deflection. So not massive increases, not like what we saw with the outpost. So any thoughts? Okay, let's move on. All right, Portal 5, which is the cause of the shutdown. 18 days. Doubles your armor. Modest increases deflection. Okay. Not exciting. Besides the 18 days, 1836, it's going to take a while to get all three of them upgrade, but not a high priority, at least for me. Let's move on. Dock 17 doubles the weight that you can hold, and this will allow you to hold a fully built out tier 10 fleet. That's another 14 days, 9 hours. So, we're looking at 35, 36 days. I think the next raid starts in like 20 something days. Even accounting for FM and whatnot. And it, what I was bringing up earlier was the fact that last time they did this, they made it so you're at least the way I remember it, your base instantly rebuilt. So you did not have downtime, because if you're upgrading your outpost, every time somebody hits you, it adds 11, 12 hours of repair time, in which you're not upgrading. So there's not been a peep out of Kixeye at this point in time that they're doing anything about this, because this 35, 36 days could turn into 50. But there's not been any information that I've seen. Have you seen any, Derpy, or anybody else?
In terms of the time, or what?
The question? As far as we have this time of about 35, 36 days, which can be reduced with FM tokens, tokens in wherever. But there is also, if your outpost gets taken down while it's upgrading.
I have not seen anything about that.
That you may be losing 12 hours of upgrade time every 36 hours. So that could greatly increase this time for you. To push it, potentially to the second raid, not getting to full weight. So, yeah, that's what Crypto's saying, well, the last team, there's a chance that this just not being communicated properly. that they are going to do these things and they understand what's going on, but because that's what they did last time. But this is a PvE function, so I'm just, we are not getting the same level of input from Kixeye as we normally do. So this could all be going on, and we have no idea. So, all right. Any comments on Doc 17? Wait for the raid and all that good nonsense.
Same as it ever was. I mean, the only difference is, juggling the times and seeing if we can get that in before the raid.
Yeah, well, back in the day when you probably played the most, we had works in progress. We had the PvE calendars until very recently. That extended out for 2 months, explaining everything that was going to happen, and we can look up and go, okay, this is going to give me building tokens and understand how to move forward. But the lack of information is not helping. So, and I did get an update as far as the day-by-day calendar for March is not going to come out until February 26th. So you will not know what's going to happen even 5 days into the future at that point in time. All right. No more on Doc 17. Let's all right. These ones are a little bit convoluted in the way that they're there. I'm just going to.
Why does it say -5%?
Because we got to upgrade it 3 times.
Oh, so we have 3 more levels, or 4 more levels?
Well, right now, prior to the upgrade, you're at Naval Lab 17.
Okay.
You can make it to Naval Lab 20. So I'm assuming
18, 19, 20. I saw in the forums it was 20% total buff.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's 5, 5, 10. So if I take mine this is from my base. So if I take it from 17 to 18, I get 5% reduction in refit on ship armor in this instance. I'm assuming 18 to 19, I get another 5 or maybe 7.5. I don't know. Somehow we get up to 20 if you do all 3 steps. So either that's going to take 21 days or longer. I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't know what that will actually be because, yeah.
Until you coin it, we won't know.
Yeah, until I coin it. I don't have enough coins for that.
Okay. All right. So at that point, we might have a better idea of where we are, and this is going to happen with all your labs. Where I'm not sure if it's 5, 5, 10, 5, 7.5, 7.5, but somehow we're supposed to get to -20 on this bottom one for tier 10 to 10.5. We explained on last week's show that building the reclaimers is going to take longer and upgrading them is because you don't have this -20 bonus anymore because it's a tier 10 ship. So, but yeah, you're not going to get these all done anytime quick if it's going to be. I can't imagine it's something less than 20.
I'm going to jump in here and say that I think at this point it's Naval Lab 18 is -5%, 19 is -10%, and 20 is -10%.
Well, it says we can get to -20 according to the briefing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So 5, 10, 20, as in cumulative.
Okay. So, but basically, what I'm saying is 5, 5, 10, as far as what the additions are. So you're agreeing, but it's just
yes,
the kick side.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the weapon lab. Same story. Nothing new here. Okay, let's move on. And also, the thing to notice, all of these so far only require the level 13 outpost as a requirement, a prerequisite. So this is going to change at some point. So this deals with ship specials, -5 after you get everything else done. And next one. Next one. There we go. Yep. Okay. Next one. Okay. Upgrade time. All right. Next one. Tactical lab. This is when it changes, because this is going to provide the evade bonuses for your PvE ships, which we've also lost. We used to have a 20% bonus. I really hope they have it straight on their side and we don't run into another, like a clusterfuck of a raid, where we've had all of these things that we're missing and they didn't account for it. But we'll see. Yeah. So, yeah, you're losing evade. I mean, I don't know what to say, but I just wish that they would provide more input on their side as far as they show an understanding of what's going on the player side and what is going to be going on the player side. And I've seen zero of that so far, that they understand what they're doing. It's not the greatest time to switch over a CM. So I don't know. Or it's a good time for the CM to get out before it gets bloody. But, you know, thoughts?
I mean, mostly
Need a
same.
time machine.
Yeah, mostly same as ever. The tactical lab providing evade, I don't know. Like, it feels good, but there's a lot of ways to get around evade. I remember 1000% accuracy missiles, so there's that. Also, dumbfire weapons don't necessarily take evade into account as much, so it just
No. It's true. It's just, what I'm saying is last time they did this, and it was less stark at that point in time because we did not have these bonuses that we've been dealing with using for a year, and they were sort of invisible. But at that point, they were more communicative about, okay, we understand this is a problem. Like one of the ones I described up front is it dealt with the outpost. If your outpost keeps on getting hit, you're losing 12 hours upgrade time. We're like, okay, well, it ended up lasting for a couple of months where all of our base just were instantly repaired. So I don't know how we're dealing with this at this point, but all right. Yeah, I would appreciate, and I think a lot of people would appreciate, just some sort of communication that they understand what's going on, because a lot of communications coming out of them shows they have no idea what's going on. So.
And they put me in a QR, so.
Oh, they did? What did you do?
I spammed too many emojis.
It had to be more than that, didn't it?
I reacted to every single message in that chat with the eye emoji, the duck emoji, and the flashing lights emoji.
Who did it? Was it Laredo?
I don't know. I think it was Billy or Kickstart. One of the two.
Okay.
I haven't figured it out yet.
All right. So, in case anybody wants to, hang out with Derpy in the quiet room, there's, he's there, even though there's not actually a quiet room. You just can't talk. So let's move on to the next one. All right, the Saw Factory. And I'm not sure this is the only step. I'm assuming this is 7 days. It builds traps. Nobody's got to this point. So, and again, they haven't really explained. Well, let's skip forward to the next one. All right. The Saw Factory has been teased as coming soon for 10 months, 11 months.
Yeah, I think we said it was June. Hold on, I can do another search.
I mean, do you check your credit card receipts to figure out when you got the Saw Factory tattoo?
Oh, it was January. It was January of 2020. Over a year.
Okay, all right. So it's been over a year. We're beginning.
It's been 13 months.
13 months. Okay. And this is basically something that you're going to build. At least at this point, from what we know, it takes 7 days to build. And you create traps. The traps, whichever, are on the right-hand side. And we're going to get into the individual traps in a second, so that you place them inside your base, and they are consumed. We have no idea what the build times are at this point. But
a couple hours, you know. Like rockets. That's the closest equivalent.
Okay. We have no.
You want to bet? I'll do an over under. I'll say it's under a day. Under a day per trap.
Well, you said a couple of hours. There's a difference between a couple
under
hours
12. Under 12.
Let's see. 12. But you can only get attacked. I think it's going to be over 12, because if you think about it, you can only, if you get in a bubble, you get a 36-hour bubble, you build these things, it's not like you're interfering with other things that are going on. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
And therefore, I could see somewhere right over 12. I mean, I don't see a couple. That's why I said I didn't see a couple of hours, because you're not going to get hit that often. That, and defeated.
Oh, what happens to these things when they're triggered? Do they go away, or do they stay here?
Traps are only consumed if your base is defeated, so they will.
Oh, okay.
They will sustain otherwise, and will reactivate automatically as long as you have additional charges stored in your Saw Factory. So you want to change your over under?
I'm under 12 hours.
Okay, I'm going over 12 hours. There's no need to reposition them, so they just fill back up. The hibernation. Okay, now we're going to get into the mines. There's 2 traps originally. The hibernation mine, which reduces the effectiveness of ships caught in the field it leaves behind, and the anti-ship mine, which explodes, dealing massive damage to ships caught in the blast. All right. Additional yes, they're going to add those to your card afterwards. So yes, that's the way it's going to work. But more my issue is, and I've been asking the CM and some of the designers and people. I'm only going to talk about the first one because it's not worth talking about both of them. Basically, it's a mine that does corrosive damage, 20 million corrosive damage for a duration of 1 second, which I'm not really sure what that means, and has a range of 20. And then it has these massive deflections, and then it has a trigger range of 120. So the way it looked to me when I first saw it was it triggers at 120, and then it does damage if you're within 20 of it. And I thought that seemed wrong. And then one more click. As I understand it, that's the range in which it will go off. So if you're within 120, boom. So again, you're 100 away from any damage, which is a good long distance in a base. And then I asked more questions. And here's some clarification from Peter, he's sort of in charge of the game as far as the engineering and design part. Trigger range is the range at which we'll detect a ship and explode, and damage range is how far away something can be hurt by its explosion. Okay, I read both of them. So it has a damage range of 20, and then it's going to blow up when you're 120 away.
So that doesn't make any sense. It's got to just blow up when you get within 20 range of it.
Or something. Yeah. I mean, I did contact Peter again to make sure that there wasn't some sort of miscommunication, and he said he is triple checking things before he's going to come out with some sort of greater clarification on this, because right now it sort of looks fucked. It looks like it doesn't do anything, and it's one of those things where the blueprints main objective is to confuse the player base. The other one makes a little bit more sense, but it doesn't make complete sense, is that it has a range of 50, but it stays around for 30 seconds as an aura with a 50 range. So if you go through it, you have a 50% combat speed reduction, a flat reload modifier of 8 seconds. So if you're...
that's a huge... How does that apply to... Is that really just 2 seconds because you're legendary rank, or is it...
I think, as I recall, that is... You get it down to 0.2 seconds, and it goes up to 8.2, as I recall before. But it's been so long since they used the flat reload modifier that I can't be 100 excuse me 100% certain. Also, turn speed -50, range modifier so and how do these range modifiers work? I'm not certain, because I don't know that we've seen this too often, as far as like if you have with your range extender and whatnot, even if you get like missiles and you're adding 30% range and you get it to 98, does this knock it down to 49, or does it take your plus 30? I don't know how this works, and it's not really, I don't know, I don't think very well presented at this point in time. So I don't know. Any yeah, trigger range sounds like 120. Yes, of course.
There's no way it's actually 120. There's no way the mine goes off when you're far away and only blows up small things.
Yeah, but depends what trigger range means. Like, does that mean like you see these mines that are released and then they just sort of go down towards ships? That makes sense, right? Like we've seen in a lot of targets where they just start to move at that point.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
But it's not what they're saying. Trigger range is the range where it'll detect a ship and explode. That makes...
So trigger range has to actually be 20 here, or does it make sense?
Yeah, or it's 0 and they just, they're just doing something odd. So... well, yeah, 20 damage at 120 seems too much because it says the damage range is only 20. So, yeah. Poorly presented something there. So I'm hoping to get some sort of clarification, hopefully before the Friday show, because it doesn't look like we're going to get one prior to this show, prior to the end of this show. I don't know. I think this is the end of the slides. Is there anything else anybody wants to discuss? Or, does anybody want, Derpy, you want to hit the new 174?
Yeah, just as soon as my game starts working.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the game's still down. I just checked.
Okay. Well, Do you want to give us like a play-by-play without actually having done it?
All right, so we're entering the target. Load up for a few seconds here. All right, at this point we have about 7 different heavy turrets here. I'm going to mouse over them so you can see where they are. Start moving forward. Use the mountains to block off the missile turrets so they don't do any damage to you. They should be taken down easy. And then anti-mortars should just take down all the mortars near you. After you kill this first set, which you can probably do on auto, head over towards the heavy turret, and you should be able to take down this rocket turret just barely clicking on the edge, and you shouldn't go in the missile range.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
Next up, continue going off counterclockwise until you're over around near the next set. Watch out for getting too close to the Hellstar ship here. It does have some short-range rockets. As we continue across the target, you'll notice that they have antis in the targets now, completely new turrets and new ships. You can also launch an Orion rocket to take down a few things here. They do explosive damage, so your ships or rockets can be pretty useful. Or you can go for a pinch rocket on this heavy turret right here.
Did you say Oregon rocket?
Orion?
Oh, I heard Oregon rocket. I became very confused.
I thought we were going to change that to your new nickname, the Oregon Rocket. Because I heard Oregon as well, but yeah.
That might be what the ladies call it, the Oregon rocket.
Yeah. Alrighty. I put the link on the right-hand side in case anybody wants to join the show. And we said we were going to be down for an hour, but they said.
Going on 3.
Yeah.
Going on 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I heard their antis were also like a salvo of 1,000, and they were 100% accurate.
Yeah, you're gonna need some countermeasure evade, but then they have some new tech with countermeasure evade. So watch yourself.
E squared.
1 minus square root of quantity 1 minus quantity v squared over c squared close quantity.
Okay.
Okay, so v squared over c squared is on the same expression there.
Times minus 1.
Yeah, the whole thing is square root. It's literally time dilation.
Times a minus 1.
Okay. Is there anything we should go?
Time dilation depends on your speed. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Is there anything we should go back to on the slides that we've?
Well, you tricked me. I almost shut him off.
I tricked you. I don't know how.
I saw the tube go to.
Okay, but I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else that we should be, or we could just go to the porta potties going flying into the air and creating a shitstorm? But is there anything that we should discuss more? I mean, should we just potentially be discussing? I don't know. I think it's irresponsible considering it's Wednesday and we're gonna have the VXP targets dropping on Friday to really discuss builds too much at this point.
Yeah, and you can't even really mock one up because the game's down. We didn't talk about how everybody's raid went. Not that it's that crazy important since we're off that and going to another style or another version.
Yeah, another cycle. So
cycles. But it was pretty grindy. It wasn't all that bad. But
I got 69 plus 7 million.
Nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
What do you just call that? 76.
Well, because the last 7 I did not do very efficiently.
Okay. Yeah, the 69 plus 6 was, or 7 was, that was.
I mentally corrected to 69.7, and I wasn't sure. I don't know what you say. Send help.
Okay, Gil is saying it'll be up shortly. So. All the sectors got to start the OP upgrade before the downtime. some people actually had them completely done with some combination of tokens and gold. I started mine and added a 2-day token that I got in the raid because I wanted to spend one so I could buy that. So that's how that's how we got all the slides on the show. Is in regards to the different components of the upgrade. Those are all from my base. So yeah, we got some time. That's when I took those screenshots. So yeah, I already started the upgrade on my outpost.
You coined it, you mean?
Meaning I started it? It's not done.
You coined it. Well,
Yeah.
how do you? Oh, okay, yeah, because you didn't have to finish it.
Yeah, because they show that they won't let me upgrade any of them besides the first one because I don't have the level 13 outpost. So, alrighty. Well,
I can pull up World of Warships until the game's open.
I don't know if that's
Candy Crush?
no. I don't think it's necessary.
Can we access the Pokies anymore?
No,
It's Flash.
I tried.
Okay.
It's
Understand
Flash.
it'll happen next day.
Yeah, it's a Flash game. I don't think it's that widely available. So,
I do actually have a spreadsheet with several different things on it in terms of specials, etc. If we wanted to look at pictures.
sure. If you have something you want to add before we end, go ahead and
Yeah, I was just gonna say that in terms of builds, we don't really know a whole lot. What we do know is that the special they just gave us, this one right here, which I could even zoom into. Which special did they give us here? Did I not screenshot that one? I've got it on here somewhere.
Well, the critical compression that you were first on is one of the.
Yeah, that's one they gave us. Where's the other one that they gave us? They gave us another special.
Yeah, they also.
Is it underneath something? Where's the other special? They gave us. It was this one that we don't own yet. Maybe that's why I didn't screenshot it.
Oh, the rod.
Yeah, reactive rod loaders.
Yeah, which is countermeasures and radioactive reload.
Anyway, this special right here gives you anti-penetrating bonuses to anti-penetrating.
Yes.
So, because of that, I'm assuming the countermeasures we're going to need, because these two top slots can be countermeasure or another surface weapon. I'm assuming these need to be missile defense system 3s, because we're given anti-penetrating buffs. Kickside will probably have UAVs in the targets. So theoretically, sprint scales, missile defense system 3 should work, but they like to break their own rules, and MDS 3 will probably be the only one that actually fires. I think in the past, with the Dragoons, both sprints and MDS 3 worked until they changed it so that sprints, the ones that were better, didn't work. So
there was what was the one before that? There was the one before where the sprints, and they weren't UAVs; they were missiles, different kinds of missiles, and you had to use.
That was the Hydras. I wasn't really playing a whole lot at that point, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that. This bottom build right now is probably about the best one I can think of. I wish I'd shown the weight on there. I hadn't. But the point is, if you don't have your dock upgraded, make sure your total fleet weight is under 100,000 or under 400,000 total. That's 4 ships at 100,000 each, or 3 ships at more like 133K each. You have to decide if you want to, you can build ships without the armor. You could build ships missing a weapon slot or 2. Armor's probably going to be the heaviest here, but at this point, this bottom picture is about the best build I can think of. It has a lot. It's going to be pretty good I think it's the one that Kixeye is leaning us to go towards. It's the one thinking inside the box, and they don't really like you thinking outside the box. So as of right now, this is my best plan. And Hefe went BRB. And then I did some damage calculations on the left here. The top build versus the bottom build, three times supercharge versus the radioactive battery, which buffs both the building damage and radioactive damage. Turns out that the bottom one has a lot higher total damage per second than the top one. That was my takeaway from playing around with this stuff.
Yeah, it is an interesting balance when you have so many factors. Even building, well, radioactive is a little bit different because we saw the disparity in the building damage numbers versus the shockwave damage numbers. But I think even going back to the days of, oh God, was it 2 tiers ago? 3 tiers ago?
Which ships?
God, I can't fucking name them. I don't think it was the Breachers. I think it was the one before that. Where we'd ran the numbers because we'd all thought, oh, well, look at how big that shockwave damage is. They must be pushing us to do it. And to a certain extent, they are. But after a certain point, it's almost diminishing returns. And it turned out that you actually did better when you focused more on a building and radioactive damage base with a bit of shockwave rather than the other way around. And that looks to be the case here as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and if everything turns out to be super grouped up, then shockwave might be more important, but maybe not. And there's also a potential for, I have siege targeting 4 on here, which is plus 165 damage. Maybe something else with projectile speed, specifically high pressure piping, turns out to be more important. That 1-tip projectile speed, and then lower damage buffs, but still there. And actually, is 1.8 times 1.55 higher than 1.6? Oh, I'm looking at high pressure piping. It buffs both radioactive damage and building damage. So this is better. If it's better than siege targeting, because you're doing radioactive building damage, so, and you have, the two numbers multiply together, right, Brian? To get damage?
Okay, so the formula that I had was damage times 1 plus radio times 1 plus building.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't go in and mock it up right now.
No.
And I don't remember the numbers for the ships off the top of my head, but I would like to think that siege targeting is more damage.
It's not, though.
I mean, I guess not.
It's just barely slightly less.
I'd have to run the numbers.
Well, it's 1.8 times 1.55 versus 2.65.
I mean, okay, 1.8x 1.55.
That's 2.79.
That's so. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's close, but yeah, I don't think that's so weird. Like, I feel like that shouldn't be the right answer.
It shouldn't.
You have more damage and more projectile speed, and less weight.
Yeah.
That's so good. Like, I thought you were leading into well, they're gonna give us siege targeting 5, and it's like plus 220 or something, or like plus 200 and then 220 at full retro. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to find the numbers again and can't. Better battery for siege. I mean,
there's a siege battery, but the siege, or there's a ballistic battery 1 and 2, but that only gives you buffs to building damage and ballistic damage. This one giving you buffs to building and radioactive is better than that one, if I remember correctly. I couldn't tell you the exact.
Yeah, he's talking about like straight siege battery that doesn't.
Yeah, but that gives ballistic, not.
No, straight up siege battery where it's just building, and wall damage.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no. It's siege targeting. I'm sorry, I got it
There's
back.
siege targeting. There's also siege battery. Radioactive battery is better than siege battery.
Well, siege battery also. I got it backwards, and you guys were right. Siege battery also provides turret defense and lower building and wall damage. So siege targeting is the way to go if you're just going damage. So you guys were right. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
The Shrike Hole? That sounds right.
That was the submarine one?
Yeah, that was a sub one that like shot over mountains, and it actually sounded really cool. And it kind of was actually.
And until they had the refactor and ruined it because of how they changed splash, and it would just die.
Yeah, and then I was a scrub and used the cannon hole anyway because I'm like, oh yeah, the strike is for good people.
Hold on. Hold on.
Game's back
hold
up.
Hold on.
I'm still not doing numbers.
Hold on.
Yeah. It's starting to load for me. Yep.
Let's see if this works. I'm ready to use base parts on my outpost.
Yeah, well, I already started upgrading mine. Okay, I got back into the game. Building is 19 days. I already used a 2-day, so that lines up. So I'm back in. So.
Well, my game's open. Time to hit one more uranium thing and get a. I'll do this, then my outpost will start, but we don't need to watch that.
Well, I was thinking you might want to hit the 174.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That's someone sending me a message request. No, thank you.
Yep. So the game is back on. And I'm not saying that I've lost anything.
Are your portals there?
No, my portals are still not there. Still where it says gate slot, it is still empty.
Yeah, my portals are gone.
Yeah, the portals are there, but the gates are gone. Okay, we just got an announcement from we're bringing the game back up soon, but you'll notice that your portals are still be missing their gates. For next week, we're making equipping gates free with a minimal equip time. In addition, we're also giving every player in the game a 24-hour bubble on their base to protect you while you re-equip your portals. In addition, we'll add an offer full of numerous resources and a 24-hour structure build token, and we'll extend the raid prize store by 24 hours, as well as Hold the Line TLC has been extended for 24 hours. The team is still hard work fixing the issue that caused this, so we very much appreciate your patience as this continues to be worked on. But we had to cut off the current issue because it's happy hour, bitches. So that's where we are right now.
Well, I think I better go hit someone's base real quick with no portals in it. Hold on, Wim 79 is right next to me. Let's fire up the Conqueror fleet. All right, where are you at? Where is he?
Oh no, not everybody's bubbled.
Okay, I need to get my Harrower out to sink his Harrower.
Okay.
Hopefully he's not on. No, I think he is. Maybe I did someone else. All right, here's my Harrower.
It's some sick variation on stream sniping. He just knows that we're here. It's like, oh, shit.
Does that mean get the OP going like right away, quick?
That was always the thing.
That and portals, I see.
That was always the thing with Price. The Price, like every show, he was getting hit the whole time.
Come on, don't hide in the corner. Ah.
Oh, so this Yeah, and I saw that Braden was working on a solution to this where he can just create waypoints and just run across the map at this point, correct? And time you
Yeah,
out.
I can just put in waypoints and go in a
You know,
big circle, and
no, he could.
yeah,
So because you're trying to take out his guard, correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
Oh well,
the
I'm
only
gonna
way
have
to
to find
win is
someone
not
else
to
to
win the
hit.
game.
Let's see who looks like a good candidate. I need to pick someone who I can actually beat, otherwise I'm gonna get laughed at.
Yes, he's upgrading for the next 21 days. Come back later.
Come on, don't tell me combat's not on. Let me hit your base. Okay, the thing's red. Let me hit your base. Is that too much to ask for?
Yes.
Wow. Prize redemption ends in 2 days. All right.
22 hours for me.
Yeah, mine says 2 days, but I guess it's 1 hour. It's 25 hours is what that means. And hold the line available for 21 hours, 46 minutes. So they've done everything that they told us they were going to do, which is
Let me hit your base. Well, there are 174s on the map yet. I could go for one of those.
let me see. Leave my base. Locator. Forsaken mission.
Nope, no 174s.
I got one. A Reaver
You
Ice
got
Port.
one. Why don't I have one?
All I have is a 135, a 174, and a 182, which is
Oh,
odd.
they're sniping my fleets. That's rude. That's rude.
Derpy, that's rude. Also, Derpy. Hey, let me snipe someone and just destroy them before the portals get back up. Bruh.
Yeah, do you have a problem with that?
So he's using the
Oh no, it's just called karma.
Which one's my exterminator? I need to get those out of here.
anti-ship mine is 3 hours. I crushingly won that one.
I said under 12. You said under. I said under 12. You said over 12.
I still won. But 3 hours, yeah. I don't have this ship with the weird firing range. Well, I don't have a belt yet, but wall equip took 1 second. I don't know what that means. It's we don't have any walls to upgrade.
I'm sure it means portal equip.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and I'm curious how long it's going to take to get the portals. How long we're going to have that time frame as far as they get upgraded in a second. Let me check mine. Not upgrade. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully we can equip. Gate slot. Limited. Bastion seawall. Yeah, 1 second without the 1 second and one of each resource. But I would do it sooner than later, as I'm not sure how long these will last. And is this an opportunity for people that maybe had some lower level stuff? You know, if you wanted to go from one type of seawall to another. And wait, the other thing I've noticed here is there's a Bastion seawall level 2. Was that something I missed?
Was that a new thing? Must have been a new thing.
Well, it's just tier 10. I've never seen it before, and it didn't show up anywhere else. I do not own it. So I'm not really sure. Yeah. Where that came from. Okay, so if you cannot see the bubble visually, rest assured you can't actually attack somebody for 24 hours. So there's a 24-hour period where you cannot attack anybody. So you can try. So, but not going to happen.
Yeah, it didn't work, as you could see.
Yeah. Do you want to hit a 174 or
they don't exist?
Hit the L button.
They don't exist here. Forsaken missions. They don't exist. There's no 174s.
Huh? They exist in. Okay, try it the other way. Hit the FM button.
I did just before this. No 174s.
Okay. Oh well. Probably not that exciting. It's a mid-level target. I don't know. Right, crypto in. Hey, crypto. All right, he's on mute. So, I don't know. I'm not sure we got much more to talk about.
That Bastion seawall is a new one. The seawall 2, it needs the intelligent lab to be updated.
Okay. And probably research. Is it a research thing or?
It probably looks like it's leaning towards it, but until we upgrade the intelligent lab to level 0, we don't know.
Okay. And the hibernation mine is 6 hours. So
I win. I was under 12.
yeah, I'm still declaring victory, but
I don't know how you can do that. You can't just lose an election and then say you won because there was massive voter fraud.
Whatever. I'm wearing a hat right now. It's all good. There's a visual issue. I'm just giving you updates from the announcements. There's a visual issue right now where some players may not appear to have bubbles. Unless you go and attack another player to remove your bubble, you'll be protected for 24 hours.
How can you attack someone else if everyone has a bubble?
Does it burst your bubble? Do you have a bubble? Are you going to lose your bubble? If everybody has 24-hour bubbles, there's no way you can lose your bubble, correct?
No, that there shouldn't be.
Okay, but I'm not seeing that you have a bubble.
Well, the announcement said it might not visually show.
Okay. But, but there's no way, seems like there would be no way to burst your bubble. So, all right. So you can all talk trash for like 24 hours. Hey, motherfucker, you can't hit my base. Right? Is that the way it works?
Of course, people will hit at 24 hours and 1 minute.
Yeah, no, they'll all forget within 24 hours. It's fine.
Well,
There we go. I have a 24-hour bubble.
Very nice. All right. So everybody in the game has a 24-hour bubble at this point. So
even if it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Where's my 174 Kixeye? That's the raid targets. I did enough of those. No 174s.
And you were an alpha, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm seeing them here, but
I don't have a single rate target or FM target to hit.
and you're right next to me. Let me.
Well, my locator says you have no targets nearby. That's strange. And I did go to one, but somebody got there before me.
Okay, but there was
173.
okay.
Or
Okay.
the old one. The old one.
Okay, Mike. Launch your ship, go out to the map, and hit the L button, and then hit Forsaken Mission.
Yeah, I did. I tried it, but I'll do it.
They're not there.
No,
there we go.
135 showing up.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, just because I said it.
I mean, I tried it 4 times.
Well, it works hitting the magnifying glass too now.
Yeah. Okay. No, because I've been seeing them. I'm just saying because Mike is quite close to my base. So
yeah, that's why I was surprised. Must have been a coincidence.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can play scroll the map all day. There we go. I dislike scrolling the map to find targets. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's very old school. All right. Oh, there's a message above the game. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm trying to read what Kixeye is saying about what's going on because they're fast and furious at this point.
All right, 174 people. Okay, about 7 heavy turrets. I'll give myself that one. You can kill these first few bits with anti-mortars taking down everything. I win that one as well.
Who are you competing with?
I predicted it. Remember? We talked on the show earlier. I narrated through it before I'd seen it.
Okay. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to figure out what you're winning, but it's all good.
Everything.
Okay.
Are you winning now?
Hey, why is that ship shooting at me? Okay, what do I want to go down next? Right path or left path? I'll go this one.
That one puts you in the, 2. The other one might have put you in 3. So So this is the mid-level target, which is going to give you
18.5K, roughly.
Yep, 18.5. That is correct. This has some similarities to...
Yeah, this bottom part looks like something we've seen before.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed a turret. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, way up in the air. Boom, boom. Incoming. Bam.
I got this cluster and that one. Oop. Let's see here. That guy's the only one that does damage to me because anti-mortars are good enough. I have 10 more of these blue mortars I can put on. And is that the last one? Oh, a few more down here, actually. I mean, it's not a bad target. I'll see what I get when I auto it.
So, what, 33 minutes?
Sounds about right. Looks about right. All right. Damage taken, more penetrative than explosive. 1 hour, 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. I was way off.
Yeah. Not raid time anymore. And other than that, well, that's all about I got.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the link in case anybody wants to join the after show. And we'll see you all on Friday when maybe some of this stuff becomes a little more clear. Hopefully. And thanks for showing up. And we'll see you in 2 days.
All right,
Later.
everybody.